Good morning.
How's it going?
Good, how you
How
doing?
are you?
Come here, Effie. Come here, Minnie Mouse.
Hi.
I don't know.
They don't bite.
Hi. They don't. No, they're really cute.
She's met my dogs before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is my mom.
Christina.
Hi,
What is your name? I'm sorry.
Diana.
Daniela. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. This is my partner, Officer.
Diana.
Diana?
Yeah,
Diana.
I thought you said Daniela, so.
No, Diana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Diana. Yeah.
Some light in here.
How's it going?
Oh, good.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Awesome.
I mean, I guess, but struggling, but
Uh-oh.
I mean, just life stuff,
Okay.
so.
Things you feel comfortable with?
Yeah,
Talking
I'm
with
dealing with
people?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can I do to support you?
I don't know. I don't know if there's anything. Just, dealing with life stuff.
Yeah.
So, still in the process of selling the condo. So.
But is it for like a good reason or is it what?
Oh, the condo?
Yeah, that you're moving?
Well, it's just like financial reasons.
Oh.
So,
Is work not going okay?
nah, not really.
Okay.
So I had an issue. Well, number one, so I had like a shadow ban, I guess. And Google, they don't recognize it because then what it is, it's like a algorithmic suppression, but they're not going to admit that. That's why it's called shadow ban. They do it behind the scenes.
Okay, well, thanks
So,
for explaining.
yeah. It's basically where they stop giving you as many impressions, like when you open your YouTube app and you see like the thumbnails, they won't give me as many because they're like punishing me. So I had that going on for a while, and so that was took a huge hit. I was making like maybe 20% of the money I was making, and so that kind of hurt me. And then I've just had a hard time recovering.
Yeah.
I think the ban's over now, but
Do you know why they did the ban?
yeah, because they said that I violated the nudity policy. So I had this video where I was at the park and they were having the Go Topless Day. You ever seen that? All the women, because like, so in Colorado, it's not illegal for women to be topless in public just like men. And like a lot of states are adopting this
I
law.
think Boulder, right? Is that?
Boulder's the one that started it. Yeah, because there's case law about it.
It was like free the nipple Boulder or whatever. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
don't go to
Oh
Boulder.
yeah, free the somethings.
Yeah, free the titty or something like that.
Free the, I don't know.
So you did a video?
I went to do a video on that, and
And you
then
posted
I read the community guidelines, and it says that nudity actually is allowed as long as it's not intended to be sexually gratifying and it's scientific, documentary, or artistic or something, which it was. It wasn't meant to be sexually gratifying, and it was educational, stuff like that. And there's literally other videos identical to mine of like that same type of thing in different states where they're doing the protests and they got their signs, and it's got millions of views, and it's fine. So I have a lot of people that don't like what I do. Sorry, Minnie's in heat. That's why he's got the diaper.
Oh.
But so people like report my videos, and then basically what happens is whoever manually reviews the video at Google, if they have discretion, so if they don't like me, which a lot of people don't, then they'll just be like, oh, banned. You know what I mean? So they confirmed the strike, even though it wasn't a violation of the policy.
Oh, no, we sit all day.
Yeah, they won't
so
sit. So that's it. So it's like a just a learning lesson, I guess. But
Yeah.
so anyway, so that's all that happened with that.
Do you mind if I ask, are you going to do that again?
Oh, the nudity thing? No way.
Okay. So that's the thing. I mean, if I'm able to say this, I think that definitely with the line of work that you have and just the thinking behind, there's a lot of like, you like to challenge certain things, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but then, you know what I mean? Is it worth it? Is it not, like weighing the options?
Right.
And obviously you're saying right now it's really not. So are you thinking of getting something else, or is this still what you want to devote yourself to? Do you need to get like a part-time doing something different? Like,
I haven't decided. I think I'm gonna be okay. I just need to just get back, and I'm just so like kind of overwhelmed with stuff. It's hard for me to get videos out right now.
yeah.
So I just need to get out more videos. But I got a new guy, my friend, working for me, so he's gonna be helping me edit videos, and he's actually taking care. Huh?
Chris?
No.
Oh.
No, that's the other guy, my other friend,
Okay.
Direct D. No, this is another friend of mine.
Okay.
He lives out here.
Okay, cool.
So,
Yeah, whatever.
yeah, I'm gonna just keep rolling with it, see how it goes. I think I should be able to recover, especially once I sell this place and kind of have like that cushion. Then I'll be able to like focus more on work instead of stressing out about everything
The
else.
bills and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So do you mind if I ask what's the next step then if you sell this place? Where are you gonna go?
So, and that is kind of up in the air. I don't know. So I had to switch realtors, so it's not even up on the market right now. Hopefully it will be by Thursday.
Okay.
And then I guess that you negotiate how long they take over the property after the deal's made. I don't know. I'll see how long I can get. Maybe 30 days.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to just figure it out.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, like I said, Colorado Springs.
yeah.
So that might be probably. I'm thinking where I'm gonna go. If I can find a place around here, maybe. But I don't want to buy right now. It's a bad time to buy, anyways. Um, so I'm just gonna probably rent someplace.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm thinking Colorado Springs. It's a little bit cheaper too.
For
so.
sure, yeah, and I've heard that too. So to answer your question, I apologize for not responding, but yeah, so essentially, if you're gonna be living by yourself, if we get the lease, we can get that approved, like even before we even go out there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you're gonna be living with somebody, if you can send us their information ahead of time so we can run records, make sure everything looks good. The concerns again are what I explained to you at the intake is it needs to be a sober environment, right? Something that they're not on probation or anything like that, but since we're working with you, just the ID and stuff like that would be what we would need.
Okay.
But obviously, if it's just you by yourself renting an apartment, you send us the lease, you can move in yourself, and we would all just go over there and do the walkthrough. And then we would essentially would say this is the approved place that you're gonna be, kind of like what we did the first time around.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just let us know.
Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Cool. Do you mind if we do the quick walkthrough? I don't think
Sure.
we did last time.
Yeah.
So I'll just have you lead the way with us.
Okay.
If your mom wants to come along or if she wants to hang tight,
Okay.
my partner can stay here and I can just do the walkthrough with
Sure.
you really quick.
What's your name?
Kelly,
Kelly?
you wanna?
Okay. Yeah, you want me to lead the way?
Yeah.
You want to go to the back room here?
Yeah, wherever you want to start, we'll just do
Okay.
walkthrough, no firearms, weapons, ammunition.
We'll do the guest room first, I guess.
Awesome. Does your mom live in Denver too, or
Yeah, she lives in the not in Denver, but she lives around the area.
around the area? Do you mind if I just?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. Did you change the comforter or
No, I think it's the same one I have.
it's the same one? I thought it was white. Oh, dang, I do. Cool. Your tools and stuff. Remind me, did you
Yeah.
get your? Because you were trying to do something with like as an electrician, right?
Well, I used to be an electrician
You
before
used to
this.
be.
Yeah.
That's not something you would wanna if this doesn't help you.
Yeah, but I'm. That's always something I can fall back on for sure.
Mhm.
But
You
I don't want to
have
think
money?
that way, right? Because then I'm setting myself up for failure. So.
Well, I mean, this is unsolicited advice, and you probably don't care what I think, but maybe I don't know if you make more money doing the content creating stuff, but I believe that's a great trade skill to have. I would love for my clients to already have something like that. You know what I mean? You have it,
Right.
and the fact that electricians make so much more money right now, this is in demand. It's what they're wanting, what they're needing. You start your own business with that. Forget about the content creating and this whole shadow banning thing and them other people being in charge of how much you're making. I wish that maybe you could see it in that perspective versus I think this whole YouTube stuff, all this stuff is gonna go away. You know what I mean? Pretty soon, and it's flooded already, right? It's gonna get old. You're not gonna get as much money. That's me. I also don't know too much about all this stuff that that you're doing, right?
Well,
But
see, I mean, I guess, like I said, I always have that to fall back on, but, they say if you pick a job that you love doing, then you never work a day in your life. So, like, the only way that I can excel at something is if I'm passionate about it. And so that's why I think I've excelled at this because I am passionate about it. Electrician, I'm not passionate about. Like, I don't enjoy going to work. It's like I have to go to work, That's the
fair.
only thing, quality of life. Even if I do make less money, it's quality of life. At least I'm enjoying. You can't take the money with you, right, when you die. So,
And I know you've said that before. The only
Yeah.
thing, again, just an observation coming from my position, right? But this job has also put you in a position to be in trouble. And it's impacting your life. I try not to impact it much, right? I don't come out here every week, every month, every whatever, or hey, you have to do A, B, and C, and D. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we do that, right?
no, you don't.
So, but still to an extent, it is impacting your life, or you're having to go to court dates for stuff because of the job that you're doing, which, if that's worth it to you and you don't mind, I guess, but at the end of the day, like I said, if you really weigh your options and you already have that set of skills, and again, I'm not saying this because these are conditions of your supervision, because it's not a condition for you to be an electrician, no. I'm saying it as a person to a person, because maybe you can't see the forest from the trees, right? And I'm looking at a big picture. And if you already have the schooling, you already have the skills, you already have to, whether it's just renew your license or whatever. This is something that's really in demand. And it's not jeopardizing your income. It's not putting you in a position where you have to sell your condo. You've had it for 10 years and now you have to sell it because of monetary reasons. I'm just saying that.
No, thanks for the advice. But if you're, a civil liberties activist, if when times get tough, if you just give up, well, then that's how government wins, right? So,
Okay.
that's the thing is, if you just lay down, well, it's easier. See, because 99% of the human existence has been in 50 to 100 people tribes, right? Like, for 100,000 years, we're like cavemen. So in tribal times, it was advantageous to just submit to the alpha, right? Because if you don't and you challenge the alpha, then you're dead, right? And then your family's dead and your genes unapologetically get weeded out of existence. So since we've had this population explosion within the last few hundred years, our brains haven't had time to evolve yet. So we're still really like caveman days, right? So in today, it's not really who can pick up the biggest rock is in charge, but there's still an alpha, right? And who's the alpha? Government. So when people still do that today, they just submit to the alpha. So, I got this speeding ticket, but I don't even think I was speeding. I think he was lying. But you know what? Then I'd have to take a day off work, and then the ticket's only $100. To take a day off work, I lose $200, and then it's a hassle. I'll just pay it. They submit to the alpha, right? And so it's just a different type of scenario. Or people like I can't risk getting arrested because I have kids, blah blah blah. So that's kind of the thing is they submit, and I just, since I'm in a position where I don't have kids, stuff like that, I just, and I don't know if I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, but for right now, this is my calling to do this. So I just I kind of just flow by the seat of my pants and see where life takes me, but I
That's
appreciate
fair.
your advice.
No, that's fair. I mean, and I appreciate you giving me that perspective too. I mean, I definitely, you see it from a different point of view than I see it, which is fair. But yeah, that's why it's called activism, right? Because
Right.
not a lot of people would do, and it goes outside of like the norm of the things that we're used to and stuff like that. But any firearms, weapons, ammunition in the home?
No.
Awesome. Okay. Are you still taking your ADHD, ADD meds and stuff like that? Mental health. Would you say you're okay? I know you said you're struggling with some stuff, and I didn't know if you were comfortable saying
No,
anything.
mental health, I'm okay.
You're good?
I mean, I am kind of going through some stuff right now, but it's not like, I'm
But
ready
it's
to.
just financial, or is it others?
Yeah, it's financial and a couple other things too.
Okay. And if you don't feel comfortable, that's okay. The only thing is obviously my job too is to assess if there's stuff going on with like mental health, because the last thing you want is for somebody to feel very hopeless to the point, where they don't want to reach out, and then where I'm trying to go. You know what I mean?
I'm okay on that aspect. Yeah.
Good.
I got my mom here, so
And if
I
you're
got
not-
some support.
And if you're not, I mean, always reach out. I mean, also the Colorado Crisis Line, or if you need us to connect you with services in the community, I mean, that's also an option. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
and again, it's not stuff that is ordered for conditions. That doesn't mean that because I'm giving you the information that I'm expecting for you to do this, because it's not a condition.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
So yeah, if I need anything of those resources, I'll
For
give you a
sure.
call.
I have more of an expertise here in the Denver Metro, but if you end up going to Colorado Springs, they would be able to better help you over there.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
But I mean, things have been good. I know you reported police contact and you've been sending me messages on that. So what happened with that old case?
Oh, the one in
Old new
Inglewood?
case or whatever, yeah.
Well, we set it for trial. I think it's in July.
Can you text me the dates?
Sure.
Yeah. But it's not anything new. It's not anything that you picked up from when you
No,
and I started working
this
together.
was actually on 9/11. I remember the date because it was 9/11. It's like a big date, So it was before I was on probation.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay. So just, I know that I can't keep you from doing what you're doing. That's not my intention. But just for the time that you're on supervision, it's you not getting none of these cases, right? Because we would have to then report to the judge.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean that we would be like revoking or anything like that, but you've made it this far. You probably know better than I do how many months you've been on supervision.
Oh shoot, I think like 6, right? Or no more than that. I think like 8, something like that.
So let's just keep
I
it
know.
up,
No, I don't know if you're paying attention to my channel, but I haven't really been doing any recording at all, actually. I mean, here and there, but
yeah.
I'm not. I have plenty of material that I can edit now without me having to go out and record new videos.
And I remember you telling me that you had like 20-something videos.
Yeah.
I jumped in there and I saw I think it was like a recap or something.
Uh-huh.
That's what I did. So I was like, holy moly. It was like, thankfully, I mean, our interactions haven't been like that, and I hope they don't ever become that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are you
Well,
like, are you posting me or no? Or no? I mean, it's
oh no, I haven't posted you. Actually,
uh,
you are live right now.
what
I
the.
did a first live stream,
Oh my
but people are
god.
gonna like you. I wanted to show my audience, the kind of person you are. So, but I think you're great. I think you're a great probation officer. I think they're gonna think so too.
Okay.
So now you're live. It's not that big. I got 103 people in
Oh
here,
my
so it's not too
gosh,
bad.
guys.
But that video that you probably saw, I think I know it's probably the main one. It's like
Yeah.
the compilation. That's actually kind of an older video too. And sometimes I look at my older videos and sometimes they're kind of cringe to me because I'm like,
Why?
because I feel like maybe I could handle it differently, like maybe not be so, rude. And, here's the thing is like when a lot of times people do like this blame shifting thing where like
Yeah.
I'll go in, peacefully record, and then they kind of act out and they blame me for starting a confrontation.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times what happens is then I will reciprocate their energy and I'll give them back what they're giving. And then they'll say, see, look, you're being rude, blah, blah, blah. That's like a narcissistic trait, right?
For sure.
But then, there are some times where I still believe that, I'm justified in saying,
Yeah.
hey, whatever I said in the video,
Yeah.
owned and dismissed or whatever. But when I look at kind of the way I conduct it now, it's a little bit different. I feel like I'm a little bit more, I think that you get more flies with honey or whatever it
do.
is. You know what I
And
mean?
that's
So
exactly what I was gonna
that's
tell
kind
you.
of why I'm, if you look at my newer videos, I think they're a little bit not as cringy.
I might
But
have to go in there and see what's
yeah,
going
go
on
check
now.
them out. Go to if you go to my channel and then go to popular, go to
Uh-huh.
videos and then popular.
Yeah.
You can check like all the really good ones.
So I want to build on what we're talking about right now, because this is true. You remember the cognitive model we talked about, like the chart and the external event that never being within your control, right? External event happens. We then have our thinking that is based on that, and then our behavior, right? And then we have consequences or outcomes. So you can't control how I'm going to react or how those other people that you interact with are going to react. You're never going to be able to control that. And they could be friendly or they could just be complete assholes, right? If you admit it, you reciprocate back that energy, then obviously what's the consequence? Both of you guys get escalated, things get out of hand. Sometimes it's happened to where you end up getting arrested, right? For obstruction. For what? If this person responds negatively and it's terrible energy, instead of you matching it, because you can't control their energy, you control what your thoughts are, you control what you do. Continue to be kind. Like if you get escalated with me, we just had this morning. A dude was freaking escalated, started cussing me out. I could have done the same thing. And I said, no, we're gonna end this call. This is not gonna be, I don't tolerate you talking to me this way, and we're not gonna do that. I didn't match his energy when I showed up to the house and I said, what is going on? This is not behavior that's gonna be tolerated. He apologized, right? But had I matched his energy, that would not be a good situation. So that's what I'm trying to say is, don't go down that road, because if we continue to do that, you know what it ends up going to, and they have more authority than you do, unfortunately, but that's just how it is, right?
Yeah.
So it's a matter of focus on what you can control. You can't control how other people react. You're never going to control anybody else, your spouse, your partner, people you're interacting with out in the community. Focus on what you can control, which is your thoughts, right? Your behavior, and that's going to guide the consequences or a positive outcome. Okay?
Yeah, well, that's good advice.
So let's walk it through. Let's say whatever incident happened on 9/11.
Okay.
Your incident, not the incident. Let's say had you not matched the energy, we're stopping, right? Remember the stop sign? We're developing a new thought. Them acting how they acted, you acknowledging you need to stop and not have the same thought that you had originally. You have to develop a new thought. What would be your new thought?
Well, because we are on a live stream, I don't want to talk about that one.
Okay.
So we'll just use a different example, but
Okay, that's
because
fine.
there's actually a protection order, so I don't want to get in
dang.
trouble. So I can't talk about that one
Okay.
particularly. But yeah, any situation, I see what you're saying, and like I said, I'm learning how to respond to things differently or calibrate them differently.
Okay.
So if somebody starts getting irate, like I say, a police officer, and they say I'm obstructing because I'm just standing there or whatever, I guess the calmer, and I've said this before, the calmer that you stay, the more foolish they look.
Exactly.
So Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a good thing, is to just stay calm and just
calm.
let them kind of act foolish,
Okay,
but
what
still,
else?
but still being firm and standing my ground. I'm not gonna let, I mean, that's one thing I won't do, is let them just bully me,
Yeah.
you know, off a sidewalk or
But
something.
staying
So,
calm, that's an amazing thing for you to say, is staying calm.
Yeah.
So if you stay calm, then what's the behavior?
then the behavior,
Like if your thought is, I need to stay calm, then what's the behavior? Then what's the action?
what's my action?
Yeah, don't overthink it.
Oh, I don't know. It's just being zen.
Exactly. You stay calm.
Yeah.
If you tell yourself, this is the thought, I need to stay calm, you then are calm, right?
Yeah.
Or I need to take deep breaths, because if you feel yourself getting escalated, you then do that behavior. What do you think is the new outcome? When we know the old outcome or the old consequence was escalated, getting into an argument, maybe.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, maybe it could be, you know, they don't get a warrant for my arrest later down the road or something, you know?
Or even
So.
what could be immediate right then in the situation?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess I see what you're saying, that maybe they could be like, okay, you know, it's fine or whatever, but I mean, I could be, but a lot of times, you know, you're not, I don't know how many times you've dealt with police officers like out on the streets, and if a guy has a demeanor where he's not going to be escalating like that, then he's just going to be like that right away. When people start escalating and they say, you know, that they want to push me back just for simply being there, and they say I'm obstructing, those type of individuals, it doesn't matter how calm I stay, they're kind of, it's like their personality, you know, it's not going to matter.
But then they can't say, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that it happens,
No, I
but I'm
totally
also,
get you. I
but
mean,
then
like
they
in
can't
court.
say he advanced towards me, or he did this, he did that, he did whatever movement, or he was whatever. They can't say those things because you are remaining calm. So that's what I'm trying to.
No, absolutely, and I'm understanding that too. Like sometimes when I go to trial too, and then they play my video in the courtroom, and like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, that made me look good. I remember my attorney was like, you looked really good right there, because I was being really calm and respectful. It was actually for the Social Security case. It's like that because the prosecutor played it, and my attorney's like, that made you look good, because I was being nice to the officer that came in, the DHS guy. But then, you know, also when I, you know, start raising my voice and acting like that, then it's kind of cringy too. And I know I've realized too that like when it comes down to the courtroom too, it's not always what is actually the law. It really matters what the jury thinks. So it does make you look a lot better in court when you do remain calm and you don't, you know, act, even though you have a right to do it. You know what I mean? So, you know, sometimes it's playing chess, not checkers, but I've done both ways. So, I mean, I think they also, if people are getting out of control and yelling and cursing, I think that needs to be tested also. Maybe I'm not the one to do it. I have done it. Maybe I could, you know, switch paces a little bit, but I think that's important work that needs to be done too, because it's respectful speech isn't speech that needs to be protected, right? Offensive speech, that's the whole point of the First Amendment. If everyone was just respectful speech all the time, there would be no need for free speech, right? So that's the thing, is that stuff does need to be challenged. And I think there's multiple ways about being an activist, whether it's kind of in your face or really calm and respectful. I think they're both important.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
But I see what you're saying. The calm and respectful way is definitely more likely to have a positive outcome. So I understand that.
Okay, so I appreciate you walking through that with me and for us to do that. I mean, I appreciate you telling me that I'm on live right now. I don't know how I feel about that, but at the end of the day, you know, you're doing what you're doing. Guys, please don't be harassing me or doing no crazy stuff.
No, they don't even know who. Trust me, I think they're gonna like you. Probably, I'll go back. You go back and watch this later tonight, and you can read the comments as the live chat.
If
hit
I
the
look
comments
10
and
pounds heavier, that's gonna be a problem.
No, you look great.
Just edit that. I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. Do you mind if I switch places?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. All right. No changes to your vehicle or anything like that?
No, same.
Okay. Cool. All right. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
We'll just check here, and that's open, and then.
Okay.
Did you just open all the closets for me when you knew I was here, or what?
No, this closet just stays open because the carpet's like really thick, so it doesn't close very easy. So I just leave it.
Oh, okay. I was like, you don't necessarily have to do that, but that's.
I feel real comfortable here.
Okay.
I
Deanna,
can
that's
sit
her
anywhere.
Diana.
Oh, whoops.
I can't do that at my daughter's house.
Huh?
My daughter
Can I
is
check the
not
fridge?
as-
My fridge? No,
That's
I
fine.
can't let you do that.
No, that's fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
thank you.
Awesome. Okay. And do you mind if we look over there?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Cool.
I just looked in there. No.
do you have any questions for me?
Nope.
No? Okie dokie.
Oh.
All right. Do you have any questions for me, Mom?
No, I'm not really up on everything.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what's going on. How long is he on probation for?
It was a year, right?
Well, 2 years, but you said it, after a year,
Oh,
if I don't
yeah.
have any violations,
Whoops.
I could do early
term,
termination.
Yeah. Is that still the plan?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
So we're coming up. I think I started in November. So
Yeah.
as long as I don't get any violations by November, you said you'll put it into the judge, right? It's up to him
So
ultimately.
you write the letter. I can help you like get it addressed to the correct courtroom and everything. You write the letter and you just basically outline this is what I've done, whatever. You paid off everything right first day, I think. So
Yeah.
you know, you've remained compliant, law abiding, all that, and then submit it and then yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
And I think we got a new judge, right? That other judge retired, didn't he? Do you know about that?
So if that's the case, they reassign it like once if there's something that needs to be done with the case. So I don't know who the new judge is, but I can work on that too. Get to knowing who it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. It was
All right,
nice to see
thank you.
It was really nice chatting with you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Oh,
Bye.
wow, you have beautiful hair.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's really long.
I just cut 4 inches off of mine. That's why I was like, wow.
Yeah, no, I cut like, I think like 3 or 4 inches recently, but yeah, it's out of control. I'm humble. Have a good one.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. We're a live stream.
Oh, hi, everybody.
So I just wanted to do that so that I can show you guys that, I want to show you guys her, and also, here, let me just switch this thing this way. It's clear that it's proof now that she's not making, I don't have to get a real job like all the trolls are saying, and, he's got to get a real job and all that. And clearly that's not true, right? She just said that, I can do what I'm doing. She's really nice. So I wanted to show you guys, she's not bad. I like her. So I was lucky to get her as my probation officer. So thanks for coming in, guys. Gonna go ahead and end this. We got stuff to do. I appreciate you guys. Let's give a real quick shout out to the members. If we have any in here, appreciate everyone in here. Sorry, wasn't really paying attention to the chat. I don't have that many members on this channel anymore. Wicked Wimbley, Claudette. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone. But just got to give a quick shout out to the members. I think that might be all I got. So, Crofty's in here. What's up, Crofty? I saw you in my other channel. Go check out my other channel, guys. It's called Christopher Cordova. I just dropped a video. It's about the dentist that was trying to pull, or was trying to put cavities or fill cavities that didn't exist. It's a really good video. So, sorry if I missed you. Sorry. Sorry if I missed you, but I appreciate you guys. I got to get out of here. All right. Thanks. Peace.